Hey guys, this is a Starcraft 2 co-op critic where I talk about my allies' replay and I talk about what they did right and where they can improve on. So this week we have Escape, who will be playing as Nova, and I am his ally playing as Artanis. So let's watch that game. Yeah, as you can see, he's level 1 and I'm level 72, but that shouldn't be a problem anyway for Nova because Nova has spider mines and hero units, basically. Ooh, achievement! Hooray! Anyway, let's switch over to his view. Oh. Wrong view. And bring up the production tab.
Welcome to the jungle, Commanders! Hope
there
you
we
like
go.
Fun and games. Long-term exposure to terrazine provides plenty of both. Trust me. Someone out there is making a game of destroying my bots, though. They're ruining my research.
Let's see what he goes for. Okay, he goes for a barracks first, which is not a bad build as Nova, but personally, I like to go for a command center first, because that will allow me to get to ramp up the economy quickly. And you can see he's scouting with his SCV. I would complain, personally, if I had an ally who would scout, I wouldn't complain, but I mean, personally, I wouldn't scout like that. I would just do the mini-map trick to find if it's Zerg, and that's usually enough for me. Because if it's Zerg, there's 2 out of 3 chances that it will be a Zergling first, and that would mean that I will need to build up something, some sort of a wall to prevent the Zerglings from running in and killing my workers. So he's going for a pair of refineries, that's also good. Want to get that gas early for his later tech, such as the Ravens, Siege Tanks, and Ghosts. He's going for a tech lab here. Oh, one thing that I would recommend you not do is to queue that many SCVs at once. Yeah, switching back to his command center. This is the right amount. You want to have either 1 or 2 SCVs so you can conserve the minerals and have them available if you want to start something like a command center. Whereas if you have 5 SCVs here, it will take 200 off your minerals, and that will not allow you. That will basically sink in your money on units that you are not making anyway. So these are all idle. Anyway, let's return to the view.
Enemy forces detected.
Looks like he's
Prepare our defense.
starting some sort of research. Exit the view. There we go. Okay, so yeah, he is starting EMP. That is questionable. I guess he thinks he could use that to drain energy and shields. He's also going double refinery, it seems.
Make sure to escort the bot I'll send to harvest it.
Again, that's not bad if he's gonna focus on bio, but I personally prefer going just 1 engineering bay and 1 armory as Nova, and that will allow me to focus on the weapons upgrades. As you may or may not know, Nova has these defensive drones which will prevent all of her units from taking any damage. So that makes armor upgrades not quite as important as weapons upgrades. They're nice, but they're not as useful as weapons upgrades. That is my opinion, at least. You're free to disagree.
My bot is departing now. It's fully automated, so all you have to do is keep it alive.
It looks like he has a pair of engineering base done. However, he's not actually researching that, and he's wasting precious minerals. Yeah, precious resources. Maybe he's waiting for ghosts. Currently has his barracks selected, so he's probably waiting for enough minerals to start a pair of ghosts.
My bots are taking damage. Terrible, terrible damage.
Yeah, looks like he did. That's good, but you can see here already. He's pushing in with his ghost, and that's good. Okay, it looks like he does not have the assault mode yet for Nova, and that will mean that he'll need to carefully move Nova to prevent her from being killed, because she does not have the splash damage yet.
He'll have to continue guarding it until it arrives.
Another thing that he could have been doing is at least getting workers out of these command centers. They're currently idle, and he's not actually getting income yet. Yeah, he's even asking me to clear out those rocks for him, which is not ideal. I'd rather have a bunch of Marines in the early game to clear out those rocks, so I can take my expansions right away. Take my expansion rather right away. So what is he doing? Yeah, he's queuing up an SCV. That's good. But yeah, as you can see, his engineering base are long idle. He should actually start upgrading out of those. Otherwise, it's just sitting there useless, basically. Another thing he can do as Nova is that he currently has the sabotage drone available. He should just use that drone, clear out some guys here, or clear out some guys here. Either way would be good. How much APM does he have? Yeah, it's almost the same as mine. So he can actually, yeah, he has enough. He has some to spare to throw to throw a sabotage drone into the enemy, just because the enemy can't touch it anyway. Oh, now he's making a bunch of SCVs once again.
There go the
Yeah, you'd rather you'd be better off queuing only 2 per building, rather than queuing 4 at one. Now he's queuing 9 at the same time. That is obviously not ideal. I mean, he could free up how many of those? He's queuing 9. He only needs 4, so 5 of those are. Yeah, 5 of those could be used for additional ghost, and I feel like he's wasting it. At least he's heading over to the right place. And yeah, now he used the sabotage drone. This sabotage drone is very easy to actually make useless. It has a 10-second cooldown before it explodes, and that's a lot of time for the enemy to move out of the way, or for even the enemy to get killed.
My bots are under attack! My bots are under attack!
But that's a nice use of defensive drone here. At least he does use his defensive drone. That's something that's really good. Now he calls on a pair of siege tanks.
Terrazine tank is full. My bots are making the return trip now.
Placement is a little off, and you definitely don't want them in siege mode.
The enemy's eating my bots for breakfast.
You're better off having your tanks in tank mode and placing the mines in front of the enemy rather than under the siege tanks, because yeah, you want your mines in the enemy's face, not under your feet.
Templar, greet them in kind.
I know that area damage does not affect friendly units, but yeah, you still generally want to have the mines in the enemy.
I missed you so much.
And looks like, yeah, he's not really using his army. Well, he does at that point,
Start of a good Terrazine cache,
but he didn't really do that much in terms of intercepting the actual attack wave. What is he doing now? Okay, starting a starport. Let's go back to the production tab. Yeah, he has a starport and an army building. That's good.
Allied forces are under attack.
if I were a betting man, I'd put money on
Why, though?
geysers showing up soon. If you know I had any money.
There's no point in putting a bunch of spider mice in that location. Yeah, this is what he should do. Yeah, now he's on the right track. He's clearing out this area. Oh, actually, I already cleared earlier with my solar bombardment. Okay, there's another thing he can do. I have shield overcharge activated, so he should actually push in with his units and not be timid like this. This is a lot of damage potential that he's sort of wasting. And there's another reason why I like to get other units such as Marines, Ravens. They can tank damage and they can also deal a lot of damage on their own.
I built these bots myself in a cave with a box of scraps, so I'd appreciate it if they came back intact.
Good job clearing out the observer. That'll allow his ghost to sneak in.
Add-on is up and running.
What's this? Enemy forces en route to my bots?
He only has one thing on his production tab though, and why is he getting armor? Again, we're usually better off getting weapons upgrades first, because that will allow us to deal damage faster and get rid of the enemies. And anyway, Nova's units are quite tanky, and she has this defensive drone, so yeah, there's really no reason for her to
defensive drone.
focus on the armor upgrade first, though. Yeah, go back to the camera view. You can see here that he's not very aggressive and engaging. He's sort of waiting for the enemy to come to him, which is I guess it's a way to keep your units alive. But if you really have this sort of army, you sort of want to start engaging with them. Otherwise, you're gonna get carried really hard. Yeah, sorry. You see, you have thousands of resources invested in there, but you're not really using them, so it's sort of a waste. Or as you can see that the yellow blob, which is my army, is quite active on the map. No, he's asking for chrono. You're not even using your army. Why should I chrono you? Well, at that time, the spider mines are quite effective taking out the enemy units. But that's about it. Okay, now he seems to be finally taking an aggressive stance.
Upgrade is ready for use.
The production tab, though, the scarabs. I'm actually doing Protoss Shield level 2 because I already have the level 3 weapons upgrades done very early on in the game. Now we're attacking together. That's good. I feel like he could have done better by putting spider mines right in front of this area on the ramp, just so they would meet that hybrid reaver right away. And another thing here is he's just standing there with his army instead of pushing. You need to be a lot more decisive in Starcraft. Otherwise, you're gonna get left behind. And now he's just planning spider mines. I mean, this area is gonna be useful later on because some enemies may spawn on the bottom, on the southwest, to try to intercept the bots. But okay, good use of mines here. That's gonna kill off most of this attack wave, and that unfortunately will not be able to clear out everything. So I'm running back my whole army. It does drop down a pair of hellbats. Well, that's useless. I mean, they could be good if you dropped a defensive drone, which is, yeah, he did. Now he does, but it's a bit late. You'd rather have it before the fight, so you can, so the defensive drone can shield more things before the armies actually engage.
I should really send her a thank you card.
Why am I not making any units?
You know what I'm about to say, right?
You can see, you can clearly see I'm already at 173 supply, whereas Nova is not even maxed out yet, which is weird since he's not even using his army. I'm guessing the biggest reason for that is that he did not expand very quickly enough. So he's sort of just walking around with his army, not really doing anything.
If you want to free that Belshire glider I mentioned, you don't have all day.
So,
You will need detection.
whoa, what happened here? That is weird. Yeah, you can see that I'm actively engaging on the map, killing that last boat objective, whereas my ally is sort of watching the map. Yeah, that's gonna be sort of the recurring theme in this game. You see him just walking around. He does pick a geyser, so at least he's gonna keep that safe. And another thing he did well is he already has mines here that will intercept the attacks. So there are only two possible places where he does not have it covered. That is if the enemy spawn here, which I do have covered, and if the enemy spawn here, which he can just scramble over to. So as in the 4 set of geysers, he did plan well. However, again, his tanks are in siege mode, which is not bad in itself. However, yeah, you really want to have them. I really prefer to have them in attack mode. A, because they do more damage in attack mode, single target damage at least, and B, you want to have them mobile so they can put down spider mice a lot more easily.
Our forces have engaged the enemy.
So as you can see on the minimap,
Allied forces are under
my
attack.
army is out clearing this whole base, whereas his army is sort of just chilling. Oh, now he's moving. That's good.
Our forces have
He
opened
does
fire.
leave a turret behind, or 2 turrets, that will allow him to defend or stall at least, while waiting for his army to scramble over if he does get caught off guard. Now he's scrambling over to the far west corner. And there's an enemy attack wave coming in from the east. So you will see that, well, you will not actually see since he's not looking, that the enemy attack wave will actually, yeah, get fully intercepted by those mines.
For the bots to come back. Hate it when they're out there all night without giving me a call.
His positioning, though, that is his main problem. He has his whole army sitting here idle, whereas he could be engaging and clearing out enemies like I am. Okay, this minefield right here is completely unnecessary. It's because the enemies will no longer spawn and attack from this direction.
Attacking my bots. Jeez, commanders, can't you keep a hold of aggro?
He does drop down a defensive drone
Enemy attack on route
to help keep my emergency army alive, but it would have been better if he just scrambled over himself or dropped a ghost or two, since he does have enough minerals for it. Oh, now he's getting upgrades. That's nice. And yeah, there's really no need to put down a lot of Spider-Mans over there, since it's not going to be necessary anyway. There's going to be no more attack waves coming in from that direction.
My bots have returned. Looks like I won the bet
Calls
this
out another
time,
pair of
no
siege
cheater.
tanks. That's good. And not sure if, how many of you have been paying attention, but oh, what happened to those other
Allied
tanks?
forces are under attack.
Yeah, the enemy is a gateway composition, so that means the spider mice will actually do very well against those. All he needs to do is put them in the right spots. So for the 5th set of bots, the spawn locations will be
Allied
here,
forces are under attack.
here,
Upgrade
Here.
is ready for use.
and
Allied
here.
forces are under attack.
So you need to spawn, or you need to guard those locations. If you're going for spider mines, you wouldn't have the mines in those particular locations. Instead,
I've got almost all
on
the
random
terrazine
locations
I
like
need. Keep it up,
here
commanders.
or here. Those mines will not be of much help. As you can see, I basically cleared out the whole map. While his armies are just walking around pointlessly. He does have the army that he needs. You can see he's maxed out. But yeah, he really needs to make
These
better
are the
use of his
last
army.
the geysers, the last of their kind.
You can
All
have
down in the depths
You
of
can have the
space.
biggest army, but if you're not using it, you might as well have no army at all. That is a moral lesson of this game. So let's speed this game up to have the enemies come in faster, since it is sort of an idle point in time. You can see the enemy actually rebuilt some of their bases very quickly. More buildings are appearing over there. Wow, Protoss just needs a single probe to restart the whole base.
Sending out the best
So
of my
amazing.
bots.
Okay, now he's spreading out his siege tanks, which is a good thing. Again, I personally prefer to have the siege tanks in tank mode so they can chase the enemy.
Our forces have engaged the enemy.
Okay, that time was pretty good. That was really good. His spider mice intercepted that whole attack wave. But now he needs to be respreading those spider mines where the previously the mines intercepted at the attack wave coming in from the east. I was killing his SCVs. I really don't find that necessary. You can see he's sort of just guarding one corner of the map.
Upgrade is ready for use.
Mass spider mice, yeah, it's good. The mass spider mice right here is good. You just need to have them in the right spots. This is not the right spot. This is way too close. This spot is correct. That's a very good spot for mines. However, you also want to have them here, here, and
Allied
here.
forces are under
You can
attack.
see that I'm guarding three
Enemy
three
combatants
locations
They're headed out.
with my army. I sort of have a split up, whereas he's just yeah, he's just guarding this corner really. Speed this up. I think this is done anyway. Yeah, I think this game is pretty much done. That was the last attack wave. You like me calm? Yeah, I was just looking at his army right now. I didn't really see his army because if you noticed, I was clearing the whole thing, whereas he was just sort of dancing around. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else you can do, please leave that in a comment. And yeah, and you can see the score screen. I vastly outkilled him, But yeah, that's what happens when you have an army, but you don't use it. Alright, see you.